There's a new team in town. We'll share the name and logo of the professional soccer team coming to Madison. And a grant is giving governments in Sauk County a chance to work together.
This is News 3 at 10.
Good evening and thanks for watching News 3 at 10. I'm Keely Arthur. Baraboo is in the spotlight after a photo of teens in the city appearing to give a Nazi salute began circulating last week. Officials say that only increases the importance of a current initiative between local governments. Madeline O'Neill has the story from Sauk County.
Today, local governments are pretty good at competing with one another.
The holiday season is a time for putting aside differences and coming together. In Sauk County this year, that includes governing bodies.
The potential benefits of this process in Sauk County are pretty big.
With the help of a grant from the Local Government Institute of Wisconsin, the county and groups within Sauk are working alongside the Ho-Chunk Nation. As a collection, they held 3 workshops identifying and planning how to address issues like water quality, land usage, mental health, and understanding different cultures. It's a level of collaboration Kristen White Eagle hasn't seen before.
There was none that I'm aware of.
As both a Ho-Chunk legislator and a Sauk County Board supervisor, she's excited for what it could mean for the future.
It's really hard to get community engagement, and we just saw a huge outpour of interest, more awareness.
Together, the nation and the county can do things collaboratively, which they cannot do individually.
Sauk County Board of Supervisors Chair Peter Vedros says that collaboration has the power to push his county forward, especially after a prom picture in Baraboo took the national spotlight.
Even these kinds of activities which have surfaced really call upon us to do a lot of reflecting and also then a lot of acting.
Vedros says One Sauk Naturally is a way to do that.
And I see One Sauk Naturally as the critical factor that can bring us all together.
Now, during the One Sauk Naturally workshop, Sauk County and the Ho-Chunk Nation created subgroups to tackle other issues like preserving natural resources. Coming up tomorrow morning, Baraboo Police Chief Mark Schaaf will be live on News 3 this morning, making his first public interview since the Baraboo students' apparent Nazi salute post. You can catch that interview tomorrow at 6 a.m. A UW-Madison professor at the center of a sexual harassment investigation has retired. Professor Harvey Jacobs is accused of inappropriately touching and commenting on students and staff. The UW confirmed today that Jacobs' retirement in May while the investigation was going on into his behavior. The investigation did substantiate several of the allegations against him. The chair of the Department of Planning and Landscape Architecture, where Jacobs worked, wrote, quote, "This experience has been a wake-up call for our department. I am grateful to the faculty, staff, and students who have worked together over the past 2 years to address and improve our climate." In Fitchburg, police have arrested 3 minors in connection to a stolen car. Officers say they spotted the car in the Allied Duns Marsh neighborhood around 11:30 last night. They tried to stop it, but were led on a high-speed chase until the driver lost control around a curve and hit a home. The 16-year-old driver and 2 14-year-old passengers were taken to the hospital for minor injuries. All will likely face charges. Madison police are searching for a man who robbed a liquor store on the 700 block of Badger Road. Officials say a man walked into Badger Liquor around 5 last night, demanded money from the clerk before showing a semi-automatic handgun. He managed to get away with an undisclosed amount of cash. The liquor store clerk is okay, but police are asking for your help. Be sure to contact Madison area Crime Stoppers if you know anything. Madison police are also looking for a man who allegedly robbed someone on the 700 block of North Midvale Boulevard. The victim told police he was walking around 5:30 last night when the suspect allegedly grabbed him, taking money and other belongings. Anyone with information is asked to call the Madison Police Department or Madison Area Crime Stoppers. And switching gears now, let's turn it over to Dana Fulton with your first alert forecast. Hi there, Dana.
Hey, Keely, it was a little cold outside today, but we actually had a little bit of sunshine, which was nice to, if you had any afternoon plans, at least spend most of it in the sun. Unfortunately, the sun is not going to hang out with us for the start of the week. Looking at our Doppler track right now, we have some flurries to the north. They won't move south for us overnight. But we are going to watch some clouds drift on in for us, becoming mostly cloudy over the next several hours. So our temperatures are really not going to move much from where we're at right now for our overnight lows. Close to 24 in Madison and 23 in Janesville currently. That's a little bit cooler than where we were at this time yesterday, but won't be nearly as chilly overnight. Overnight wind speeds will stay in that 5 to 10 mile per hour range coming from the southwest. So our breeze won't factor in too much with our wind chills. And it still feels close to 24 for us in Madison, a little cooler in other areas, but no gusty conditions for us overnight, nor for tomorrow morning. Plan on overnight lows to be cool for most of the area. Clouds again building on in for us, and temperatures tomorrow will be hugging around freezing. We'll see a little milder trend though towards the end of the week for Thanksgiving. We'll take a closer look at that in just a few minutes.
Sounds good. Thanks, Dana. Today, we learned the name of the new soccer team Madison will be cheering. They're called Forward Madison. The pro club also revealed its logo today. Amy Reed joins us now to show us the excitement behind that announcement.
Yeah, it was very appropriate. This event was at the Historical Society today. With this new announcement, there are a lot of nods to history of both Madison and Wisconsin.
Forward, 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 forward.
It's the chant that will fill Breeze Stevens for the inaugural year of Madison's first pro soccer team. The name for the team, Forward Madison FC, was announced today to a crowd of cheers.
It's so exciting. It's like Christmas Day, being able to unwrap a gift for others and let people get to see it, enjoy it, and the response has been fantastic. And now people in Madison have a team they can call their own, and they know what to call it.
The name was a community decision, suggested and then voted for online. Then there are those plastic pink flamingos, partly tradition for soccer, but mostly tradition for Madison.
And we thought that would be fun. You know, it's filled with a little bit of whimsy and irreverence, and sports shouldn't be too serious. So we think this is a fun way to incorporate the plastic pink flamingo with the soccer team.
This isn't the only big move for the team this weekend. They hosted open tryouts Saturday and Sunday as they look to put together a team for the 2019 season. Fans are already getting excited, taking today's opportunity to pick out merch.
This is something that many of us have been looking for many years, 20, 30 years. But we didn't necessarily have the support built up through the youth of the community. So seeing this means that the strength of our soccer community is quite strong.
The fans tell me they're excited to have something that belongs to them, which was a goal for the team right from the start.
But to have this team in Madison that they can embrace gives a sense of tribalism, a sense of community, and a sense of that team represents me.
Now, Keely, there is another day of tryouts. The last scheduled time for this round will be tomorrow from 10 a.m. to noon at Breeze Stevens Field.
All right, thank you so much, Amy Reed, reporting for us. And the public has a chance to chime in on possible changes to the outside of the team's future home. The city already plans to make upgrades inside Breeze Stevens Field. The project manager wants to add bleachers and build a hospitality deck above a new concession stand that's already under construction. Breeze Stevens is nearly 100 years old, so any additional changes that significantly modernize the structure have to be approved by the city's Landmarks Commission. That meeting starts at 5 tomorrow night on the first floor of the Madison Municipal Building. A classic turkey time tradition is making dreams come true for a Madison dancing pair. The owners of Madison's West Side Fred Astaire Dance Studio will show off their moves at the Macy's Day Parade. Chris Lewinberg has their story.
Tatiana Lutsenko and Dmitry Goncharov certainly aren't the first people to go to New York City following a dream.
It's our first travel to New York,
Yes.
so like, yay!
The art of dance has taken them to unexpected places.
So we have been dreaming about this from when we were little. And back to Ukraine, we know we have this American dream to came here on the studio one day, and it's happened, so we're really happy to have it.
An American dream lived in Madison's Fred Astaire dance studio. And now they get to be a part of an iconic American tradition.
When we was in Ukraine, we just saw this in TV Macy's parade, and it was kind of like dream, but not real, and it's
a huge
amazing.
show. It's
yes.
amazing.
From the dance studio to the streets of New York City, this pair has the chance to show the world what they got at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
We are working hard. We are practicing every day.
To their peers here in Madison, there is nobody more deserving.
Oh yeah, they definitely work hard. They worked hard to be where they are. They definitely can show themselves off a little more, and they definitely deserve it for sure.
From the Ukraine to Madison to New York City, Lutsenko and Goncharov have danced into the American dream.
We have nothing like that in Ukraine, so we always like, it's impossible to be part of that. And then when we're already here in the US and we know we're gonna be in this huge parade, we're like, oh my God, that's something unbelievable.
For News 3, I'm Chris Lewinberg.
Fred Astaire dancers from across the nation will take part in the parade. A note to add, just late tonight, the couple won Rising Stars in the largest Pro-Am competition in the world. Well, it's your last chance to help give Thanksgiving baskets to thousands of area families in need. WISC-TV is a proud partner of the Goodman Community Center and the UW Athletic Department. We hope to provide baskets with all of the food necessary for a traditional Thanksgiving meal. We still need everything from frozen turkeys, stuffing mix, and canned vegetables. You can also make a cash donation or volunteer. Tomorrow is the last day to donate. For details, go to channel3000.com. Well, still ahead, staggering losses out in California. The president's solution next on News 3 at 10. Welcome back. President Trump on Saturday saw the devastation in California himself, suggesting better forest management could prevent such disasters. Governor Jerry Brown responded on Face the Nation. Meg Oliver now on the staggering losses and questions about the missing.
As the search continues for human remains in Paradise, the number of people still unaccounted for has soared to more than 1,200.
But when you hear the fact that more than 1,200 people are unaccounted for, does that indicate the death toll is going to continue to climb?
We've had a massive evacuation. Over 40,000 people were displaced from their homes, and they were spread out through Northern California. All of the normal means of keeping in contact with friends and family have been disrupted.
So this list could be inflated.
It could. This is a dynamic situation.
The sheriff says that's because the list may include duplicate names, people unaware they're on the list, and reunions that haven't been reported. The Camp Fire has burned over 149,000 acres. 9,700 homes have been destroyed. More than 46,000 people were evacuated. At least 76 people were killed. Sunday, hundreds of displaced residents lined up for FEMA assistance. Many of them lost everything.
I didn't think I was going to live. And then I was thinking about my mother and who's going to take care of her.
60-year-old Patty Brown says there's nothing left of her house in Magalia. Her terrifying escape still haunts her.
There were explosions everywhere, from gas lines, propane tanks, etc. It was like a war zone.
She is my shadow.
Patty's 79-year-old mother, Diane Rozak, lives in Paradise.
Your mother's home in Paradise is still standing, but she wishes it almost wasn't. Why?
Because she can't live there. It's decimated, it's destroyed. There's no anything.
Brown and her mother say they are some of the lucky ones in a hotel. Many will spend this holiday week in tents and shelters.
The cause of this massive inferno is under investigation, but now PG&E has reported a second problem with the high voltage line the morning the fire ignited, raising speculation that may be the cause. Meg Oliver, CBS News, Paradise, California.
Heading over to weather now, Dana Fulton joins us. And Dana, kind of cold today, similar things this week?
That's really what we're looking at to start off the week, Gilly. Okay. The difference, though, for tomorrow, we have a little bit of cloud coverage moving on in. So though it was cold today, moments in the sunshine really weren't too bad. Unfortunately, we're not going to have that sunshine to help us out tomorrow. Our Doppler track's fairly mellow right now. Little light snowfall to the northern part of the state. In central and southern Wisconsin, though, we're looking at a fairly calm few hours for us overnight. Right now, we're mostly clear, but we are watching those clouds slowly build on in with our next front just off to the northwest. That front is going to slowly sink southeast. As it does, it's going to continue to drive all that cloud coverage in our direction. Usually, we see a little more moisture along with these fronts, but this one's fairly weak. It's going to only drive a little bit of a flurry chance in our direction for us late in the evening tomorrow, and then things will be clearing up for us by Tuesday and Wednesday for the middle of the week. So those clouds building on in overnight. Our temperatures are going to drop to the low 20s. It is going to be cool tomorrow morning, but not as chilly as this morning where you're in the teens. By later in the evening in your drive home, may have a few isolated flurries. Not a major snow event, and it's certainly not going to pack much accumulation on the trace amounts that we already have, but we are going to have a few isolated spots for us. Overnight, clouds clearing on out again. We're going to wake up on Tuesday with a partly cloudy sky, and then we're going to have a little more sunshine for us throughout the afternoon. Same goes as we head into Wednesday. Now, of course, we care about Thanksgiving. Taking a look at the bigger picture here, if you do have any travel plans throughout the state, as we head into Thursday, we are planning on a mostly cloudy sky to the northern half of the state, a little more sunshine for us in the southern half throughout the day. Unfortunately, as we head into Friday, the forecast gets a little rainier. Clouds building in, a mostly cloudy sky, and then we are looking at some pretty heavier showers, scattered showers likely throughout the day on Friday. May have a bit of a mix as we head into early Saturday morning with some lingering showers. Overall temperatures towards the end of our 10-day forecast starting to trend towards average, which is good news. We've been on that trend of staying below average for the last several days. It'll be nice to have just a little bit of a warm up. Downtown right now is nice and calm. Today we barely hit a high of 32, close to freezing. Again, we started the morning off in the teens. Overnight tonight will be in the low 20s, about 23. A little cold outside. Tomorrow only getting up to about 33 for us, with those flurry chances coming in later on in the evening. It's not going to be an all-day problem for us. Temperatures for Monday and Tuesday, close to freezing, and then we finally become a little more mild. Heading into Thanksgiving, afternoon highs will start to get close to the 40s, and that's where we'll stay heading into the weekend for us. Our next chance for showers also starting to come in for the Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, sunny and 40 on Thanksgiving. I'll take it.
Yes, that's a pretty okay forecast.
All right, thanks, Dana. Well, still ahead, the women's soccer team in the Sweet 16. Melissa will be back with sports next.
Well, the Badgers women's soccer team dominating on both sides of the ball in the NCAA tournament so far, scoring 9 goals in their first 2 games and not allowing any thanks to keeper Jordan Bloomer. Sweet 16 matchup today against the top seed Stanford Cardinal, also the reigning national champions. First half action here, Jay Boissier passes to Jordan Tobias for the goal, and Stanford up 1-0. We fast forward to the second half here now. 15 seconds left in the game. Danny Rhodes shoots, but it goes right past the post, and Stanford hanging on to win 1-0. Wisconsin finishing its season 14-4-4. The Badgers wrestling team is ranked 15th in the nation. They wrestle a doubleheader duel at the Fieldhouse this afternoon. And first matchup is against the Princeton Tigers at 165 pounds. The second-ranked Evan Wick there. In the second period, Wick getting the single leg takedown takedown for 2. He wins the major decision 14-3. Wisconsin beats Princeton 22-18. Second one of the day, Badgers facing number 24 Utah Valley, 149 pounds. Cole Martin turning his opponent, getting the fall, then flexes for the crowd. Badgers and Wolverines tied at 9. Heavyweights now. Overtime here to Wisconsin's Trent Hilger with the takedown to win. Badgers getting the 22-17 victory. Yeah, they call him Thor for a reason there. They remain undefeated on the season. Well, 4 Big Ten teams in the AP Top 25 poll today. The Badgers not among them, although they did get 2 votes. And this one-handed catch by Danny Davis in yesterday's triple overtime win over Purdue, well, that was good enough for the top play on SportsCenter last night. But Jack Hahn gets some credit, too, for his performance in yesterday's game. He threw for 160 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he's definitely starting to get more comfortable, according to head coach Paul Christ.
He learned things throughout the game, and I thought he had great poise and composure. I liked talking to him, particularly in the fourth quarter, and I think guys come up around him too, and they helped him kind of navigate it. And it was, we've said it. I've said it a bunch. How experiences are invaluable, and to be able to do this was big, and it hasn't been easy. All 3 of his starts, I think, have been on the road, and it was good, and he certainly had some help.
Meanwhile, things are going from bad to worse for the Packers, I know. They lost a close game to Seattle on Thursday night, but now Mike Daniels, he'll be out for a few weeks with a foot injury, and no Jimmy Graham either. He broke his thumb in the game at Seattle. Graham expected to be out for a few weeks as well. Now, exact timetables on both those guys in the week, we'll get them earlier this week, rather. Team doctor Robert Anderson has the weekend off. But glass half full perspective for this team. They do have a bit of an extended break this week. They won't play again until a week from today when they head to Minneapolis for Sunday Night Football against the Vikings. Now, Green Bay still winless on the road this season, but they are alive in the NFC North. So, is it panic time? Nope, says Tramon Williams, but they are better than their record shows.
We're not going to turn on each other or nothing about doing any fighting or anything like that. It's a team. I mean, we love each other, and we stick together as a team. Is it frustrating? Yes, it is very frustrating to come out on these types of losses when you know that, you should be winning these games.
And finally tonight, the University of Washington's mascot is a husky, and the current husky named Dub retired yesterday. So the school holding a passing of the collar ceremony to Dubs 2. Now, Dubs 2 has some pretty big paws to fill. Dubs, the original version, did his due diligence at 65 home games, also made 400 appearances on behalf of Washington. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Some slightly warmer temps this holiday week.
That's what we're hoping for by the end of the week, definitely. Now, as we look ahead to the start of the week, unfortunately, Mother Nature not playing along with our Monday blues. It's going to be a little cloudy outside and a little cold. But as we get closer to Thanksgiving, yes, skies clear up. We get sunshine for the middle of the week and a steady warming trend towards Thursday.
All right, we will take it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
Now.